This is a perfect time to use this opportunity to go from our passing drills to our shooting drills. In our shooting drills, I really want you to pay attention, close attention to, is the body positioning, the leg positioning, the wrist action, as well as the release point of the ball. One of the most important things I teach my shooters, you must think like the goalie. It's a chess game. He's thinking like a shooter, you must think like a goalie. If you're only thinking like a shooter, he's one step ahead of you. Who will win that chess game? In these shooting drills, you will see our players move to new shooting lanes with their dives, their breaststroke kick, and their leading hand. What I think that elevates the player from one level to the next is the ability to create new shooting lanes through the field blocker and past the goalie. Make sure you pay close attention to this when you're watching the drills. This is the SDL drill. This is a swim, dive, go to your legs. In this drill, you'll notice the offensive player coming on a hard counterattack or filling in the pocket with a swim, making sure that their momentum is continually forward with the dive. It's a big breaststroke kick, and your leading hand is out in front of you, guiding where you want to go. This is a great time to actually take a look around you to make sure that your awareness of your defense or your open man is. When you come to your legs, you can either make that pass or you can go straight to your shot. If you notice, these players are going high to the vertical, getting their rib cage out of the water, snapping their legs underneath them. Here in the underwater camera, you're going to notice a great picture of their hips going from the horizontal position and their leading knee coming up as high as they can up into their body. This allows them to step to the vertical and get that foundation that you need to get your rib cage out of the water or be a strong threat to the cage. One thing you'll notice is when they go from the swimming to their dive, they stay in that horizontal position. They don't go to the vertical until after they've dove into the open pocket. Once they dove in the open pocket, then they jump to their legs into that vertical to shoot the ball. So this is walk with the ball. This is a great drill to get the feel of the offensive defensive player feeling that physicality part of the game and still maintaining control of your defender and wanting to shoot the ball. A lot of times I feel like my players, they make the referee bail them out. In this drill, there is no bailing them out. They have to keep the ball in control, they have to stay vertical on their legs, and wanting to get a shot off without a foul. Here you'll notice in the high angle camera, you're going to see the offensive player with his leading hand, his non-throwing hand, be a shield to the defender. He cannot stiff arm, but he can keep it as a shield, a bent forearm. He's keeping that defender off him, that way he can maintain control of the ball as well as maintaining control of the opportunity to shoot the ball. Also in the walk with the ball drill, you can have the offensive players work on over the head, which is defending the ball and at the last second a quick twitch, leaning to your strong side and shooting over your head around the defender. The other shooting drill that you can use in the walking with the ball drill is following through on a wrap shot, which is around the armpit of your defender. This is leaning towards the ball side, breaststroke kicking through and past your defender's armpit. This is a great shot opportunity because the goalie thinks you're going cross cage, but yet you're wrapping the ball back near side. And you're lean strong, shooting the ball near side. This is a power shot. One thing I really want you to pay attention to is the arm coming up and over the head. Think of this, if you have a defense coming to you and knocking you down, you have to reach around your defender. You can't try to throw through the defense. So if you notice here with the defense playing on a defensive position, he's reaching over and around the shot blocking hand or the field blocking hand. In this slow motion picture, you'll notice that the defense's wrist action is coming over his head, beyond his head at sometimes, and wrapping around that defense. This is when you see a great near side angle and the goalie's not there and your field blocker is not paying attention. You can snap it and strong side that shot. Here's when you're diving strong side and wristing hard strong side. These fakes are trying to get the goalie to jump, and you're trying to jump around him, leaning strong side, shooting that ball over that head. Nice power shot. This is lean strong, wrist, cross cage. This is a great shot to follow up your near side lean shot. The reason why the goalie is following your body to the right, to the strong side of the cage. And at the last second, you're wristing the ball back near side. Now, if you see from the above water camera, the shooter holds onto the ball to the last moment and then wrist it back cross cage. Now, if you keep your arm wide and over your body and not over your head, it'll be easier for the goalie and the field blocker to see and read that you're going back cross cage. It's very important that you do the exact same motion up until the last second or half a second of your wrist. This is making the goalie think you're going near side, but yet you're wristing the ball back cross cage. Here's where you can disguise your lean. You lean strong side, but you wrist it back cross cage. This is a step weak side movement. Every day we have our players move prior to shooting the ball. They have to move the defense. Think of it this way. The more you move, the more the defense might move or might not move, which is creating space for you to shoot. So here you'll notice that the defensive players are stepping across their body with their leading hand, which is opening up a new shooting lane with a big breaststroke kick around your defender. If you notice it on a water camera, you're going to see the leading hand coming out of the water, coming back in the water to lead in the direction he wants to go. Also the legs. The legs will have a big, powerful breaststroke kick, which will penetrate you past where the field blocker was. It allows you to have a new shooting lane and an opportunity to score the ball. Think of it this way. Your defense is doing an egg beater kick. And if you do a breaststroke kick, how much further and powerful and quicker it is than an egg beater. Egg beater is great for foundation, but it's not good for quickness. This next one is a wrap shot. This wrap shot is probably one of my favorites. This is when you actually can beat the field blocker near side where the goalie's not expecting you to have a shot. The reason why, because the goalies are relying on their field blockers to take part of the cage. They can't rely on taking the whole cage themselves. So if you can learn to beat your field blocker, either in a wrap or over the head, you're going to score a lot more goals. If you notice in this drill, the offensive player is coming vertical, coming high with the arm motion, and then wrapping it back underneath the armpit of the field blocker. One thing I want you to notice in the view here is the positioning. If we slow it down, you'll see the armpit, the opening area of the armpit that the offensive player can shoot the ball. Now you can utilize this shot in a 6-on-5. You can utilize this shot in a front court offense and as a field blocker in a zone. This is a great opportunity to score some great goals. Another small twist to this. I want you to notice that the offensive player legs up as high as you can, but he keeps the ball low. By his body going up is actually making the defensive thing that he's going to go up and shoot up high. So if your body jumps up out of the water, but you keep the ball low, might open up a window underneath that field blocker's arm, and you can just sweep it right away underneath that field blocker's armpit. Here's a nice wrap from the 6 spot. Faking, 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 staying vertical and wrapping around the field blocker, going bunny on the goalie. Here you see the player going vertical and doing a nice little wrap around the X1 defender. Gary squeezes this ball past all the arms. The overhead shot is probably one of the biggest and funnest shots you can ever do, because once you score on it, you actually walk away with a big smile on your face. The overhead shot is a shot that not many players have the confidence to shoot. I highly encourage you trying this shot. In this drill, the offensive player is noticing that he has a small window right over the cap or the ear of the defensive field blocker. And he's either leaning into it, taking that quick shot right around that field blocker's near side. Notice the cage. You have to see the cage when you're receiving the ball. This shot is always opened up prior to receiving the ball. It can be created once the ball is in your hand, but it's easier when the ball is on delivery. One crucial moment here is if you lean strong side and your space of shooting the ball is not much, the defense has the opportunity to field block it. If you can train yourself to keep your shoulders still and your arm motion goes from over your head to over the defender's head, you'll have a lot more goal opportunities. And the defense will not be able to see or read that you're shooting the overhead shot. Here's a nice another lean over the head. Leaning overhead, creating a new shooting lane around that shot blocker for a nice opportunity. Another lean overhead on the 6-man position from the 1 spot. Watch how the 1 spot leans past the X1 defender for a nice goal. Here you see the same shot from a quick twitch from the 6-man. A quick lean to an easy goal. It's very important to recognize where that field blocking arm is going to be prior to receiving the ball. This will allow you to have your shot in your mind prior to receiving it. That way you can be one more step ahead of your field blocker. The redirect shot. This shot is used at all levels, and if you can master this shot, you'll have a lot more goals in your season. If you notice here, the player in a side angle or the top view angle, the hand or the receiving hand does not move back once the ball is in his hand. He pushes the ball forward. It's almost redirecting the ball, so the ball is not in your hand for very long. This is a very crucial, fast twitch exercise. What I love about this shot is because you're scoring the ball past the goalie before he hasn't even had a chance to react. We're going to put some defense on this drill, on the redirect drill. You'll notice in the defense, they're locked up. The offensive player is catching the defense off guard with a quick redirect shot. The key to the redirect shot is awareness of the cage and goalie. If you can pull that trigger prior to the goalie even suspecting you to shoot the ball, you'll get more goals. It does not have to be a bar in, it does not have to be a near side hard shot. Just quick, get it there quick. Here's another nice redirect. Doesn't think about it, pulls the trigger straight forward. Doesn't bring his arm back to allow the goalie time to block that ball. So we're working on hitching with shooting. Now it's very similar to the ones with hitching and passing, but now you're actually hitching to set the goalie to make him think you're going one way and shooting the other, or making him jump one way and it gives you a shot to the opposite corner. If you notice the body language, how fast twitched it is and how hard they're trying to twitch with their upper shoulders. Now as soon as they twitch, you got to release the ball. The quicker the ball can come out of the twitch, the higher percentage of scoring the ball. On the overhead view, you'll notice how the ball stays behind the head or right above the head on a twitch. You can't bring the ball forward or past your head because you have to bring the ball back to pull the trigger. So if you can hitch with your shoulders, keeping the ball in a shooting position is what makes this drill successful. Working on cross-face near side shot. One of the hardest things to do in water polo is receive the ball cross-face. I highly recommend everybody do this as much as possible every single day. In this cross-face shot, you're going to be in a shooting position prior to receiving the ball, having your shoulders in an angle towards the cage, not towards the receiver or the passer. In this, you'll see a quick twitch of receiving the ball, bringing the ball back, ready to fire the ball. Without hesitation, shooting the ball near side. What allows you to be successful on the cross-face near side shot is your awareness of the goalie and situation in front of you prior to receiving that ball. Have your head on a swivel. Recognize the goalie, recognize the player in front of you prior to receiving this cross-face near side shot. Here's a great shot by the 5 guy preparing himself for a nice catch and shoot. Cross-face. Quick one near side. Cross-face draw shot is going back cross cage. Now you'll notice the difference between the cross-face near side is in a vertical, and here in the draw your body's in a horizontal. Your legs are up going to a direction of where you want to go. If you notice the offensive player here, he's stepping over, moving with the ball, creating a new shooting lane, drawing the defense, kind of holding onto that ball a little longer, drawing the field blocker and the goalie back near side, and then snapping the ball back with his wrist, back cross cage. This is a great shot to get the goalie and field blocker off guard, making them think that you're going near side, but yet snapping the ball back across your face, back cross cage. To conclude our shooting drills, it's very important that the knowledge of the game or the knowledge of shooting is what's going to make you successful. It's not how hard you throw the ball, it's not how big you are, it's yet how quick you are to getting the ball to the cage, as well as making the goalie think you're going one way and snapping your wrist or changing direction of the angle to another side of the cage. Here, you'll also notice it's very important to recognize the different releases. Don't always release from the same angle. Change up your releases from your wrap to over your head to the wrist action back cross cage or the fast twitch near side. Take it to the next level and learn all these shots through these drills. I want to thank you for watching the videos today. I hope you gained some value from the skills and techniques that you saw, as well as the professional clips that you were able to see when and how it was supposed to be done in the game. It's important for you to stay disciplined to your training, as well as pay attention to the small details. It'll help your game get to the next level. I hope to see you at the pool deck sometime soon. And whenever you're available or want Performance Water Polo Camps to come see you, please contact us through www.pwpcamp.com. Thank you for coming.